Hey guys, it's WillRobinson here. I understand camp is online this year, and so we're doing these virtual sermons. I'll be doing the road to Emmaus. It's Luke 24, verse 13 through 35, and it's basically about seeing God after the moment, after he shows himself to you, not recognizing it in the moment. And I definitely have a lot of stories in my life that relate to that, so I really appreciate the story and really enjoy reading this story. So in the road to Emmaus, Jesus had just been crucified and he was resurrected, and he's walking along the path and he meets these two travelers, and they don't recognize him in the moment, and he just talks to them basically about himself, which is kind of funny, but he talks to them about himself, and they tell him all these things. And later, when they're passing through their town, they invite him into their home, and he breaks bread with them. And as soon as he breaks bread with them, they recognize him. And as soon as they recognize him, he just vanishes. So it's just like they spent all day with him, and they had no idea. And as soon as he opened their eyes to him, they immediately realized and did not understand how they couldn't see it, but they appreciated it. And so in my life, I think it was my junior year, we went on a mission trip with DSM. We went to Hammond, Louisiana, and just a background on Hammond, my grandfather lived there, and he preached there in the Christian church there. So I have a very long history there, and I really wanted to go, but at the time I was playing summer baseball, and I was a captain of the team. Like, I was one of the only catchers, and my coach was very adamant about not leaving, not going on vacation or anything. And so I texted him the day before we were supposed to leave, and I said, "Hey, coach, like, I understand that I'm supposed to stay here, and I just wanted to let you know I had an opportunity to go on this mission trip, but I chose to be a part of the team and be there for my guys, just so that I could prove to him, like, I was devoted and all this stuff." But anyway, he texted me back like an hour later, and he was like, "Can you still go on the trip?" And I said yes. And he sent me a paragraph about how it's more important to go on the trip, and it's more important to do the work of God than some lousy baseball game. But he shared his story with me about going to India, and he got to go to Spain and do all these things with mission trips, and how I need to put my faith before anything else. And at the time, I didn't realize what that meant, and I was just excited to go on the mission trip. I got to go with my friends. We had an amazing time. I had so many different God sightings. Like, we worked with Habitat for Humanity, and we got to take furniture to homes that were less fortunate, and we got to build it for them and meet really cool people. Sorry, my computer went away. But we got to meet really, really nice people, and just the whole trip was amazing. And I got to see my grandma's old house, and like, it was probably one of my favorite mission trips for sure. But at the moment, and that whole week, I had not realized what God did for me. Sean asked me, like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I wanted to talk about what my coach did for me. And writing that and like talking about that made me realize like how fortunate I was and how much God worked in that process. And in our everyday life, it's very hard to see that we are always seeing God. We always have God sightings, but it takes a couple days, a couple hours, a couple minutes, to see that God is always there. He's always doing things rough. We may not see it in the moment, and we may think like, oh, I'm alone and I can't do this, and like I'm not strong enough to do this. But God is always there. He's always going to put you through things and test you, but it's for a reason. It's always for a reason, and there will always be times in our life where we do not see God first. But I really think that He teaches us things and gives us opportunities to spread the news and spread the word and really just appreciate what we have. And I don't know where I would be today if I didn't go on those mission trips, and I don't know where I'd be today if I didn't have that experience just with my coach. You know, that experience not only like put me on that mission trip and helped me see those God sightings, but it also grew a stronger bond with my coach. He wasn't always the nicest person before, but after that, he really like opened up to me and knew like we can be comfortable about our faith around each other, and that's really something that's hard to find in people. So it was definitely a very eye-opening experience and very faith, like making my faith stronger. So that's just one of my stories about the road to Emmaus. That's kind of how I relate to it. I hope that you enjoyed that story, or take it into your life and understand that we're not always going to see things that God's doing, but He's always doing stuff for us. So I hope that everyone is enjoying staying inside, staying safe, wearing masks, social distancing. Hopefully in the coming months, in the coming years, we can keep going to camp, keep it alive, because it really is a special place, and I hope everyone's doing well. So